Hello, can everybody hear me? Hopefully. Okay.
I can hear you.
Great. So we're going to get started. As Tara said, we'll be doing the basics of Android for Avenza Maps, and this will be recorded, so you can watch it again later if you want to. I'm using a tablet, so hopefully the screen is big enough. If there are any issues, please do not hesitate to put it in the chat so we know what's going on. So if you're following along on your phone or your Android device, let's get started. So we're going to open Avenza Maps here, and if you're opening the app for the first time and you've just downloaded it, you'll be prompted with a screen that asks you to log into a Map Store account or create a Map Store account. Since this is not our first time opening the app on this device, it takes us directly to the My Maps tab. So the My Maps screen here is kind of your home base, and this is where you'll see any maps from the Map Store or maps that you've imported. We've got a few buttons along the top right. There is a circle with head and shoulders in it, and that is your Map Store account. A search, and then the 3 dots icon is your settings. So you can see it pop up there. So whenever you import maps or download them from the store, they'll be on this screen. So we're going to open the Map Store account just to give you guys an idea of what it looks like. So we'll tap the head and shoulders icon, and you'll see all of the maps that I have in my Map Store account. So you can scroll through it, and you'll see I have a lot of maps. And you can download them to your device from your Map Store account, which is super great if you're using Avenza Maps on more than one device. If you have a tablet you take hiking, or a phone, or both, this way you can access the same maps. So we really recommend having a Map Store account, because when you purchase or download maps from the Map Store, they'll be associated to your account, and then you have a record, and then you can access them on multiple devices. If you want to log out of your Map Store account, when you go in there, you'll see your email at the top. The 3 dots on the top right will open the option to change your password, change your email, or log out. So if you do need to log out and log back in, that is how you do so. So we are going to hit the back button there, top left, and we're going to go into the Map Store. So the Map Store is where you can search for maps. There's a lot of maps, and it's a shopping cart icon on the bottom right. So we'll open that. Sometimes it takes a second to load, depending where you are and how many maps are in your area. So we'll just give it a minute here. So you'll see there is the map, there is the list, and then there's the search bar at the top. So the search bar at the top, the enter search term, you can search by area, you can search map title. Those are usually the best two to search by. All the red pins on the map show maps that are available for that area. And then there's a list below that you can scroll through. So I'll scroll through a few. So you can see some maps have a cost associated with them, and some maps are free. So if maps are free, download them without charge. If maps do have a cost, you will have to have a credit card or a gift card or PayPal set up with your Google Play account. So we're going to search in the search bar just to show you how it works. So we're going to look up TTC maps. So the TTC is the Toronto Transit Commission for people who are not from Toronto. And we'll hit the search button. Okay, so we found one map, the TTC Transit Route Map. And if we want to, we can tap on the pin that's on the map, or we can go on the list that is below. So I'm going to open the list and open that map. So here, this is the map information page. So you'll see you have the option to view the map extents, and then you also have the option to download it with the free button. So if it has a cost, it'll say the cost there. If not, it'll say free. So you can also see the publisher, the size of the map, and when it was published. So we're going to hit the free button. We're going to download that to our Map Store account. So when the map is downloading to your Map Store account, you want to ensure that you are on the Maps tab, My Maps tab, and you keep the screen on and you don't let your device go to sleep, because if you leave that screen or you leave the app, it will pause the download. And if you're downloading a really big map, say you have a bundle of a national forest and it has 30 maps in it, it can pause. Can everybody still hear me, or is it just Mark who can't hear me? Uh-oh. Okay, awesome. Thank you, everybody, for chiming in so promptly. That's great. The map is still loading anyway, so that timed out very well. Again, I was saying if you have a big bundle, some bundles have anywhere from 5 to 100 maps in them. Keep your screen on so the map can load. And when it's done loading, it will all appear in the My Maps tab. So when you're on this tab, you do have options to sort your maps. You'll see them at the top. And once we get a few more maps in there, we'll look into those. We're going to go back into the map store. There's a few other things we want to check out here. So we still have our TTC option here. We're going to close that, and we're going to let it reload. So all the pins here are the maps, and if you prefer to search by area, you can do that. Give it a second to catch up here. You can just tap the pin, and it will show you the extent of the map, as well as the name, and then you can open it from there. There's also the option in the circle at the bottom right to filter your maps. So you can open that, and you have two options. So you can go to current location, or you can filter results. So we're going to filter our results. So here's the option to view free maps only. And this is a big thing. If you don't have a credit card set up with your account, or you don't want to pay for maps, you can use the free maps only. And you can also search by category. So we have a lot of categories in here. Some of the most popular ones are topographic, which we can toggle that on. It will automatically update. So you see, as soon as I put topographic on, only 3 maps came up. We'll turn that off, and it'll reload. Popular ones, again, recreation, which are your hiking maps, or whatever the map vendor has decided to label it as. You can search for map bundles specifically if you're looking for a lot of maps together. And then hunting and fishing and imagery, there's lots of options. So if you're looking in an area that has a lot of maps, sometimes it's best to use filters, and that can help you narrow down your search. There is also the option to search on our website. So you can use your Map Store account on avenzamaps.com, and you can add maps to your Map Store account on the website, and then you can download them directly from your Map Store account onto your device. So if we go back to the My Maps tab, so if I went on to avenzamaps.com and I found a map I wanted, I would add it, and then I would go into my Map Store account here, and I would download it. So let's say we are looking at the city map of Brussels. We added it to our Map Store account on the website. I will let it download here, and then that way I have it on my device. So it's very easy. Sometimes the website's an easier option if you're looking for maps, because there's more options to filter. So we're going to move on from the Map Store, and we are going to import maps. So one of the big features of Avenza Maps is importing maps. You can import maps. Some paper maps you buy will give you the option for digital download, or you can see QR codes places, or if your friend sends you a map. So when you are going to import a map, you're going to go to the My Maps tab, and you're going to press the orange plus icon. And you'll see the option at the bottom for downloading or importing a map. You can press that, and it will take you to the Add Map screen. So there's the option to get maps from the store, or request a map. So if you choose to request a map, you will be contacting us and you can tell us where you're looking for a map of, and we can do our best to help you out. If you're importing a map, you can import from device storage, Dropbox, or from a URL. And at the top right, there is a little QR icon in the blue bar. And we're going to import a map from a QR code. So we're going to press that. This might look funky because you get to see the camera. And then hover it over the QR code. And the orange box will come up and it will read, and then it will install the map. So we can see here that the map's loading. Our Brussels map loaded as well. And then once we have these maps in, we can sort them or filter them. We'll just give it a minute to load. So if you go to, on the left under My Maps, there is sorted by date, and you can sort the maps by distance, name, date, or storage used. So if we sorted by distance, you would see that the local office map that's still loading and the TTC map, will be on top, and then the Brussels map will be at the bottom since it is the furthest away from us. So when you're looking on your Maps tab, you'll see the title, the distance to the map, the size, as well as the publisher. Almost there. Perfect. So we'll do that just so you get an example. So if we search by distance, you'll see TTC, local office, and then Brussels map. If we sorted by storage used, it would sort them accordingly. On the right, there is the filter icon, and you can decide what maps you would like to display. So this is new for 3.5. So you can choose just to see maps from the store, imported maps, folders and collections, active maps, inactive maps, maps only, and all items. So if you have a few maps from the map store and a lot of imported maps, you can choose to go back and forth depending on how many maps you have. We only have 3 here, so it's not super confusing, but if you're hunting for a specific map, this can be the easiest way to do it. Okay, so we're going to go into one of our maps and get an idea of how to use the tools on them. So we'll use the TTC map. So when you open the map, you'll see you have your toolbar at the top, as well as your coordinates in the middle. So if you need to zoom on the map, there are 2 options. You can push your fingers apart and it will zoom, and then you can pinch your fingers together to zoom out, or you can double tap with a finger and it will zoom in, and then you can double tap with 2 fingers or 1 and it should zoom out. You'll see at the top in the middle of the toolbar we have the coordinate system. So if you would like to change the coordinate system, you tap on it and you'll get the options as you can see here. So the first lat long goes with the coordinate system that is defined by the map. So whatever projection the map is in, that will run with that. The lat long underneath is the lat and long of the location, but in WGS 84. And then underneath we have the easting and northing, which uses the map projection. If the map is not projected properly or not projected at all, then it will not be accurate. And then we have the MGRS USNG at the bottom, which is the military grid system. There's also the option at the top to copy the coordinates if you would like to do so. So wherever you move on the map, the coordinates will change with you. So the first tool on the left is the location. So if I tap the little gear icon, so just beside the pin on the left there, it will take us to our location. So this is where I currently am sitting, right here. So if you move and you want to go back to your location, you hit it and it will take you there. There is also the option to use it as a compass. So if you have a compass on your device, this is a tablet, so I do not have a compass, but I'll show you. If you tap it again, at the bottom, you'll see the arrow pops up, no compass. Do it again if everyone's watching. So if you have a compass on your phone or your tablet, the map will move when you change direction as a compass. And then to turn it off, you can tap it again, and it will turn off the compass. The icon beside that is the place mark icon. So when you want to drop a place mark, you can move to the location you would like to do it. And we'll go up here. You center your crosshair, and then you will tap the place mark icon. So this brings up the Add Place Mark dialog. So you can change the title here. You can do that. Let's see, best pizza place. And then the symbols underneath, it's highlighted right now for the red icon. There's also green, purple, and if you tap the 3 dots, it will show you the other options here. So there are recreational symbols you can use or the colored pins. So let's use a purple pin, and ours will be purple. There's the option there to add photos, so you can take a photo or you can attach one from your device. A description, so say I wanted to put in, this is the best Domino's in Toronto, I would put that in there. And then location, the time, and the layer. So when you're done and you're happy with all your place mark information, you can press the check mark at the top right, and your place mark will be dropped on the map. You zoom out, it will get bigger so you can see it. On the right side of the coordinate system, there is the pin with 3 lines icon, and those are your map features. So when you drop place marks or you record tracks, they will be in here. I'm going to press the arrow on the left to go back. And then when you're looking to record a track, you'll do so through the tools, which is the wrench icon on the far right. So because I'm inside and I am not actually walking anywhere, I am just going to import a track, but I'll show you how to start one first. So if you press the wrench icon and you go to record GPS track, which is the second option, it will center on your location and you will get the play icon saying ready and then the done. So when you're ready to record a track, you will start it, and then when you are done at the end, you'll press done and it will save it. We'll just press done, and because I'm not going to record one, I will import one to show you what it looks like. Okay, so our track is in there. So if we zoom in, we'll see our track is there, and if you tap it, it will highlight and you can open the information on it. So our track's just named track 1. There's the option to change the color under the track, photos if you would like to add photos to it, description as well, and then the graph. So if you open the graph here, it will show you the speed and the elevation that you covered on your track. You can toggle between the two, and then at the bottom you'll have the information of your distance, your time, average speed, moving speed, elevation, etc. We're going to exit out of that. Let's see, we can. And then the last thing we are going to look at is exporting data. So when you export data, you'll do so from either the map itself. So if we go back onto the TTC map, we'll go to our map features, which is the pin with 3 lines. If you tap that, you'll see your features. You can export from here, or you can export from the layers tab. So new on Android 3.5, there is the layers on the bottom in the middle. So here we can see we have map features, attached to the TTC transit routes, and then one floating layer there. But we're going to do this from the map for ease of explaining this. So this is the map we imported. So I'm just going to drop a place mark, and I'll show you how to export it. So once our place mark is on there, we're going to go to the map features, the pin with 3 lines icon, and we are going to go to the circle on the bottom right, the orange circle with 3 lines, and we're going to choose to export layers. So this is one of the most important things you can do, because all of your data should be exported for safekeeping. Everything is stored within the app. So if you uninstall and reinstall the app and you wonder, where did my map features go? Where are my place marks? They go when you uninstall the app. So before you uninstall or get a new device, it's always good to back up your data by exporting it, especially if you're using it for work or if you're out hiking all weekend and you really don't want to lose your tracks, you should always export them when you get home, just so you have them or to work in a safe place. So you can see there's a few options. There's the file name, the format, where you send it to, and the media size. So your media size refers to the pictures, and because we don't have any pictures attached to our place mark here, we're going to leave it as small. But there is the option, no image, since I don't have an image, or small, medium, or large. Depends on the size of the file or the size of the photo. We are going to export to email. You can do email, Dropbox, or device storage. The format, I would recommend KML 99% of the time. If you're looking to view your data in Google Earth, you will want to export this as a KML file. The other options are CSV or GPX, and if you're a pro user, you can export to shapefile. You can also change the name. So if I wanted to call this something else, I would just open that and I can change the name of it. And when you're done and ready, you will choose export. So you're going to pop that up and it will prompt you here. And then if I wanted to send it through Gmail, I would choose Gmail and follow the steps to export the map features. So that wraps up everything we're going to talk about today.